A socially distanced Christmas is exactly what I need.
I am Groot.
What?
I am Groot.
I am Reagan.
I am Groot.
Nice to meet you, Groot.
I am Groot.
I see this conversation's not going anywhere. Where are you from?
I am Groot.
Are you from outer space? Because you look kind of like alien-ish.
I am Groot.
Do you have the pandemic in space?
I am
Is
Groot.
COVID happening right now?
I am Groot.
So that's why you're maintaining 6 feet from me, because you know we need to social distance right now.
I am Groot.
Okay. Thank you. Maybe I should go to your planet. You seem to be really good at this social distancing thing.
I am Groot.
And people here suck.
I am Groot. I am
No?
Groot. I am Groot.
You don't want me to go to your planet?
I am Groot. I am Groot.
You know, Groot, this conversation, you're not a very good conversationalist.
I am Groot.
Yeah, I think you've made that very clear.
I am Groot.
Okay, goodbye, Groot.
I am Groot.
If the fates allow the Guardians of the Galaxy to enjoy the sun.
Hello. Welcome to Anovelconsole, your weekly podcast where we talk about books, games, food, and stuff that caught our attention during the week. My name is Chris, and with me is my beautiful co-host and wife, Karradyne.
You know, I think that was a fucking cop-out on your part.
I almost...
You copped out. I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot.
I love doing Groot every second. If Marvel wants to replace Vin Diesel with me for the Groot voice, I would be very happy about that. And it's okay, because I almost said, and we'll talk about books, games, food, sports, and stuff that caught our attention during the week.
We are never talking about sports.
No.
Never.
I don't even know how my teams are doing this year.
I don't do sports.
Me neither. Well, I do sometimes.
You do when it's Green Bay.
Yeah, but I have no idea where the hell they are right now. But
Aaron Rodgers is being crazy. That's all I know.
I do know something. I did learn something this week.
What'd you
something
learn?
amazing.
What'd you learn?
So a week or two ago, we went to Lake Eola for the Christmas
I think
lighting.
we mentioned it in the last episode.
And Luna didn't
Tragic
walk
fail.
right.
Yep, Luna doesn't know how to walk.
So
She knows we're talking about her. Luna!
I started thinking, what is the actual top speed of a Shih Tzu?
And he Googled it. Of course he did. And of course Google had the answer.
And I'm kind of disappointed at the dog we have.
Why?
It's only 6 miles per hour.
Well, you looked it up, and a human's max speed is only 8 miles per hour.
Okay, but we just have 2 legs. A Shih
They
Tzu
have
has 4.
No, she has arms. Those front legs are her arms, and the back legs are her legs.
Sure. So it says the Shih Tzu is the slowest dog breed of any size on this list. Adorable and beloved by their owners, the Shih Tzu is not going anywhere fast.
Bless her. She can't get away from us.
A Shih Tzu's little legs can carry it about 6 miles per hour, making it the slowest dog in the world.
Slowest mentally and physically.
She's very stupid.
Oh, no, you're not stupid.
But she's not as stupid as the people in Texas that want to do this book ban you've been thinking about.
Oh, I haven't been thinking about it.
You've been mentioning.
I mean, yeah. So, there's lots of chaos going on in Texas right now, as we're all aware. Well, some people don't think it's chaos. Some people think it's a good thing.
Okay.
I beg to differ. But yeah, there's this 800 book long list that some, I think, senator has made that he thinks need to be banned in schools and whatnot because they have either something to do with race, sexuality, gender identity. I literally made it through the first 4 pages, and so many of my favorite books are on this list.
Like what?
Like
Harry
Aristotle and Dante
Oh.
discover the secrets of the universe.
Okay.
And
That sounds like a buddy cop movie.
Felix Ever After, and
Black,
all of my gay books that I
Black
love are on
Flamingo.
this list. Yes, Black Flamingo is on the list.
That is a very obvious gay book.
But also books that are like how to not be racist. Those are on the list.
Of course.
The explaining the Black Lives Matter movement. That's on the list.
Wow.
Yes. Explaining gender identity. That's on the list.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that if they could have it their way, they would just send all of the black people and all of the Latinos back to where they came from. But it's funny because all of the Latinos came from Texas, so they would be sending them where? Texas
They
was
think they
Mexico.
need to send them back to Mexico, but little do they know that not all brown people are from Mexico.
Yeah.
They just assume that that's where all of them are from.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, God. Yeah, it was just really upsetting to look through this and see so many books that I cherish on this list. Heartbreaking.
Can you imagine if they did a video game ban list in Texas? They would get rid of Life is Strange, the Tall Tale, Walking Dead. Well, maybe not because those have guns in it.
Yeah, they love guns.
Yeah. Call of Duty Save is not going anywhere, especially with Activision that likes to molest its employees.
Oh, God.
Jesus Christ. What the hell is wrong with you, Texas?
Yeah. Yeah.
Something that I completely forgot that I had on my mind. It's episode 69.
Oh my gosh, yes, this is episode 69. Makes me think about that episode of The Office where they're talking about the temperature and Kevin always puts the temperature on 69 degrees.
Of course.
Yeah. Leave it to Kevin.
Oh, God, that
There's
show.
pot of chili. I made chili for dinner and I thought about Kevin.
I hate that show so much.
I
It's
love
not
it
good.
so much.
That
It's
show is
such a
not
good show.
It's
You
very...
have a weird brain.
I do, but The Office is not for me. Like, Michael Scott is a horrible
I love Michael
character.
Scott. Michael Scott is the epitome of wonderfulness. Parkour! Parkour!
No.
Everybody, it's happening.
And then
it's happening.
everybody
Keep
that loves-
fucking calm.
Everybody that loves The Office
No.
loves Michael Scott.
I love Michael. I love Steve Carell as a whole.
I think that
He's
the
a cute little
show
bean.
the show got better when he left.
No. Are
Everybody
you
that
kidding
loves
me?
The Office
That
says
whole
no.
Will Ferrell bit was just like, it was so bad. It was
Will
so
Ferrell
bad.
is just bad in general. He's not funny.
And Robert California, well, that was kind of funny. But like, I don't know. I was a little bit annoyed when they brought in all the Saber shit. Like Gabe was so
Sabre?
unnecessary. Yes. So was it that they thought it was Sabre?
Yeah,
and
they
then
thought it was Sabre.
Saber. Kathy, what's her name? Not Kathy Lee Gifford. The other Kathy.
Ireland?
I can't remember her last name. No. But that lady, she wasn't necessary
Bates?
to come. Yes, Kathy Bates.
There we go. Yeah.
It's not Kathy Lee Bates, right? It's
I
just
don't
Kathy
know.
Bates. I don't remember. That lady.
That lady.
Yeah.
Yep, that lady. All right, so
The
let's
lady from Titanic. Oh
let's-
my gosh, I haven't watched Titanic in a long
let's
time.
move on. Let's move
Yeah,
on.
okay.
We don't need to talk about The Office at all. All right, so we saw something funny the other day.
What did we see?
We were going down 50 to try to get some ice cream,
Oh gosh.
and we saw
We were stuck in some terrible, terrible traffic.
next to us there was an SUV,
Yes.
and the two girls in the SUV were hotboxing,
Yeah, they were.
and there was so much smoke. in that
It was
car.
coming out of the fucking hood of their car.
It was coming out the front of the hood and the light bulbs, the fucking headlights.
Yeah.
Oh, that shit was funny.
There
Then
was so much smoke.
I looked
I
at
don't
it.
know how they could see through the windshield.
I was like, these people got to be some stoner ass looking people. I looking, no, just two normal looking college
Yeah.
girls.
Just living their best life.
Because now everybody smokes weed.
Oh dear. Yeah, I mean, smoking weed is pretty common now. It's not just your criminals.
Yeah.
It's like everybody.
See, well, while I was in my smoke weed phase back in Puerto Rico, some people that I knew didn't smoke weed at all. Now they can't stop smoking weed.
Oh dear.
So I was like, now you're fun and I'm not. 'Cause I don't smoke anymore.
Watch the whole country approve medical marijuana use, and then Texas still just going to be sitting. Texas just needs to make themselves their own country.
Yeah, they should.
Yeah.
They should.
Secede.
They should secede, become their own country, and go to war with Mexico.
Oh my God.
That
Good
would be-
luck.
That would be funny. But you were making fun of me yesterday because I had a music CD arrive.
Oh my gosh. I'm like, who even orders CDs anymore? I forgot the CDs exist. I don't have any CDs in my car.
I do. I have one
It's
CD.
weird. I forget that I have a CD player.
So there's this okay, so long time ago in the early days of the internet when it was starting to catch on. So around 2005, there was a website called Screw Attack, which was a gaming website. It was news and original content, all that stuff. It's the people who created Death Battle. You know Death Battle?
Who's next?
No, that's
You decide.
that's Epic Rap Battles of History. Death
damn.
Battle is the one with Boomstick, who sounds southern.
Oh, the two guys?
Yeah.
Like, oh, if you put so-and-so up against so-and-so, Goku up against
Superman.
Godzilla.
No, but you're almost on the right track. Anyways,
Those dudes that annoy me.
yeah. So Screw Attack was sold to, I think, Rooster Teeth. Rooster Teeth fucked it up royally and just basically took Death Battle out of it, and everybody else was left to fend by themselves. So a lot of them left. So the original creator of Screw Attack, Craig Skitsmith,
Skitsmith?
Yeah.
Okay.
and his buddy Sean Boland created this thing called Game Attack. Craig ended up leaving, but Sean is still doing Game Attack, and it's been very successful for him, which I'm glad, because after the shit show that was Screw Attack and how it ended, I'm really happy that this happened for him. And they've been releasing like some cool shit, like some albums, some like they did a stream through Twitch where they drove the entire country and they streamed it the entire time.
It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And the thing is that they've done shit like that when they were in Screw Attack, and now they released a complete Synthwave album, which is crazy. Synthwave is like 80s style music, like Kavinsky and all
The
that
shit you've been listening to all weekend.
Yeah, the shit I've been listening to all weekend. It's on Spotify, which is great. So you can just look up Game Attack, and it's gonna show the Game Attack Synthwave album. And you should definitely listen to it because it's really, really good, especially if you like that kind of
Wait,
music.
this is not the band from the game that you're talking about today.
No.
Okay, that explains why I was confused yesterday when we were in your car.
Yeah.
Okay. I won't spoil what your game is yet.
Already,
everybody knows what the game is from the
Guardians
title.
of the Galaxy.
Well, we got some book news too.
Yeah.
And some news for the podcast, sort of.
Oh, boy.
Because it's a book that we've reviewed on the podcast. And we've talked about many, many times.
Right, I forgot about that.
Many times. One of our very first, was it like episode 2?
Let me check.
It was one of the really early episodes. The episode that everybody keeps listening to for a long time there for some reason. But basically, I found out the other day, just by looking at somebody's Instagram story, that there is going to be a Netflix movie for Anxious People by Frederick Backman. Bachman, whatever the heck his name is. Yeah, so there's a Netflix movie. I can't remember when it comes out. It's either like, is it this month or is it next year? I can't remember. I'll have to look. Okay. But anyway, Mr. Backman is not a native English speaker. All of his books are translated. I can't remember where he's from. If he's Swedish or... Swiss or something. I don't remember where he's from. But basically,
Anxious
the
People.
movie...
Anxious People was episode 3.
Okay.
Continue.
I know it was an early one. This is going to be a movie where you got to read the subtitles, unless you're from his native country.
I thought it was French.
No, it's not French.
No?
No, he's not French.
Huh.
Let me look up where he's from. Okay, so I just looked it up. He is Swedish, and it's not a movie. It's a limited series that's going to start on the 29th. So I'm thinking we should make Patreon episodes for this.
So is this going to be on all of the Netflixes, or just is it going to be
They're making it look
limited?
like it's going to be on everything. I mean, it popped up in my Netflix app as available on the 29th.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just have to read the subtitles.
I'm fine with that. You're the one that's weird
But
about
no,
subtitles.
I took enough French in high school to know when I was listening to this that it is not French. Not French. At
If
all.
it doesn't sound like Spanish, I can't tell
Oh,
what it is.
dear. It sounded really unique. I was like, wow, this language, and like it's going to be weird because, you know, like other languages don't have the same inflection. Well, obviously, you know, because you speak more than one language.
Barely,
Inflection
but yeah.
is different. And like just like reading some of the lines that they were speaking just in the trailer, I'm like,
See,
that is not how I heard this in my head.
You're talking about inflection and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And I told you about Groot having different inflection.
Yes, it's very important.
And you're like, oh, all I hear is I am Groot. I don't understand. There's nothing. He's not saying anything different.
I was just being annoying, okay? I know what inflection is, and I know that there is a difference in the way that he says, I am Groot.
Yeah.
And we have to give Vin Diesel props for...
Vin Diesel is not good. He's not good at anything. All right, so are you ready to go into book talk?
No, we didn't talk about the sad book news.
What's the sad book news?
Anne Rice passed away yesterday. Well, when you listen to this, it'll be 2 days ago. But, yeah, I only read 2 of her books.
What's she famous for?
Interview with a Vampire, Queen of the Damned, all those books.
Isn't Queen of the Damned the one with Aaliyah?
Yeah, that was her.
Mm-hmm. Was she the queen? Mm-hmm. Really?
An Interview with a Vampire was Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise.
I don't care about that.
I also read her first, she wrote it under a pen name. Her first it's like Sleeping Beauty series. Oh my God. Mickey told me to read that after I read 50 Shades of Grey, and I was very disturbed to know that my stepmother read this book. I mean, the most vile and not even like sexy, dirty book. Like dirty, nasty, make you feel like you need to go take a shower afterwards. Yeah, we're not going to go into more detail than that because it was rough. There's a reason I didn't read any more of them.
That's gross.
It was too much.
But did you know that the top speed of a Shih Tzu at 6
miles per hour? Okay, let's get into my segment,
get into some
please.
book talk.
This week's book is a novella, If the Fates Allow, a short story by Rainbow Rowell. It was published on November 18th, 2021, and it is an Amazon original story for Kindle Unlimited, aka you could read it for free right now if you sign up for a 30-day free trial. Or pay $9.99 a month for Kindle Unlimited. You'll have access to it. I don't recommend reading it, but either way. So basically, I just decided I wanted to get in some Christmas stories this holiday season. I have a bad habit of saying I'm going to read holiday books, and then I never do. So I figured I'll get in some novellas. They'll be quick, short reads. So thank God this was only 39 pages long, because shoot me in the face if it had been longer. Oh my Lord. I read this over the course of my 2 breaks on Friday. Let me read you the synopsis, okay? Okay. After a long, lonely year, 2 people stumble toward each other in this holiday short story by the #1 New York Times bestselling author of Eleanor and Park, which has gotten a lot of flack for being racist, and fangirl. Social distancing came easily to Reagan, maybe a little too easily. She's always liked people better from afar, but Reagan doesn't want her grandpa to be alone for Christmas this year. He's already spent too much time on his own in 2020. So she heads back to her hometown with a dish of holiday Jell-O salad, hoping they can have a little normalcy, hoping it will be safe. She isn't expecting to run into the boy next door. Mason is all grown up now. He's considerate. He's funny. He doesn't mind how prickly Reagan is. He maybe even likes it. And it makes Reagan feel like her defenses are falling. She needs her defenses, doesn't she? In a time when 6 feet is close enough, how long can they keep their distance? This is a story about COVID paranoia. That is all this fucking story is about. I thought I was going to read a cute little holiday romance, maybe some nookie on one page or something. No, it was all about how Reagan is a bitch. And well, no, I don't want to say it that way, because I don't want y'all to think that I think the COVID conscious people are bitches, because I don't. I mean, we're COVID conscious. We aren't as COVID conscious as we were because we're fully vaccinated now, so we're more relaxed.
We also stay away from people.
Yes.
And
I mean,
I also say very mean things to people so that they get away from us
and
whenever
we
they're
both,
too close.
or at least I have a job that allows me to not have to interact with many people. I interact with the same 5 people on a not even really daily basis.
Yeah.
I have 2 days a week at home. But the thing is, I feel like this book was like somewhat falsely marketed. I thought I was going to get a cute little holiday romance set in the pandemic. It was all about the pandemic. That's literally all it was. It was like, oh, do you want me to put on my mask? Oh, is this far enough away? Oh, let me taste your Jell-O salad. But oh, we have to wipe it down with a Clorox wipe first. Nobody wants to fucking read this. Nobody. It was terrible.
So it's like I saw Reagan with her glasses and her mask on, and her glasses was steaming. I don't know if because she was horny for me or because she had put her mask on in a weird way.
Yes, yes.
What the
And
hell?
like she even describes this neighbor boy. She didn't remember him at first, and then she describes him as having no chin. And then the next thing you know, they're hopping off of their decks to go look at a deer in the backyard, and she kisses him. Like, you were literally just fussing at this boy to put on his mask. Now you gonna kiss him? What? What? Where's the logic? Where is the logic?
It's 39 pages. They have to rush shit.
39 pages. And the thing that brings them together is Jell-O salad.
Oh, Lord.
Jell-O salad.
It wasn't the deer.
It wasn't the deer. Yeah. Yeah.
Book sounds like a big flop of...
It was
Ugh.
so bad. If it had been longer, I would have DNF'd it, but I couldn't justify a DNF with it only being 39 pages long.
39-page DNF.
I normally give a book like at least 40 pages before I'll kick it to the curb, unless it's like really, really, really bad. But yeah, it was a tragedy. It was. I don't recommend giving this a chance at all. I've got some other holiday novellas on my horizon that I think will prove to be much better. But in the meantime, I realized that this was way too short of a discussion, and I have something else I'd like to talk about.
What is it?
I read the first volume of the Rick and Morty comics this weekend.
That's much better. Tell me about them.
So, at first I was a little bit put off because the art style, it almost looks like a teenager, like, took a picture, like a still from Rick and Morty and did like a projection of it and traced it, you know?
Okay.
So, like, it's not quite right. They don't look quite right. Some of their lines are a little bit wonky. And, like, Rick keeps calling Morty bro. And it really bothers me.
What?
Yeah, he, like, through the whole volume, which is, like, 6 or 7 issues, he keeps calling Morty bro. Like, consistently. Like, this is not a thing. What are we doing here? I don't get it. But, it's cool. Like, the first volume is them taking advantage of the intergalactic stock exchange. And they get in trouble with some Time Lord, basically, because they're, like, jumping around in time.
In time? What? No, that's wrong. What the hell?
Well, I don't think the Rick and Morty creators had anything to do with
Dan
the writing.
Harmon.
Yeah, and
uh,
Justin Roiland. Is that who it is?
Justin Roiland.
Their names are not on the list of the authors
'Cause
at all.
that is like the one thing they said, we are never doing time travel.
Oh, well, they definitely fucked around with time because there's an old man
It's not
that they
canon,
joke
then.
about being Flava Flav because he wears a clock because he's like a time police officer.
Okay.
But Scary Terry is in it, and I freaking love Scary Terry. And they stayed true to Scary Terry because at the end of every sentence it was bitch. That was a lot of fun. And Jerry is a pussy. But Beth, I don't know. Beth was weird. I didn't like her. I didn't like her at all. And Morty was like more of a pussy than usual, if that is possible.
What the hell?
Yeah. So
What
I mean,
the
it
hell
was.
are you reading?
I mean, you can read it if you want to.
I don't want to now. Like, it just sounds bad. No, I don't want. I don't want to have any part of it.
Well, I mean, it was a fun fix for like not having the show. It was all right.
It was all right.
Yeah, I gave it 4 stars.
You gave it 4 stars.
Yeah, it was fun.
So the writing was at least funny.
Yeah, I giggled. It was cute. And there were pizzas. You remember that one episode where they're like running through dimensions and they're like pizzas who are calling to order people, and then they're like people that are chairs and the chairs are sitting on the people. There were pizzas in this comic. The pizza people.
The pizza people.
Yes. It was like a bonus comic with Summer, and she was trying to save the pizza people.
Did they end up all dying?
I don't remember.
Or something?
I don't remember. But it was a fun time. It was way more fun than If the Fates Allow.
If the Fates Allow.
Which was
Jesus
tragic
Christ.
and just had me thinking about fucking Jell-O salad the whole time. I would rather sit down and eat a whole bowl of Jell-O salad than read that ever again.
What exactly is yellow salad?
Jell-O salad?
Yeah.
It's the one with like pecans and marshmallow fluff, and you've never had Jell-O salad?
No, that sounds
Isn't it
gross.
the same thing as Watergate salad?
What the hell is Watergate salad?
Look up Watergate salad right now.
Oh Lord, this just keeps getting worse. Watergate.
Well, I picked a really short book, so we got to fill some time here.
Watergate salad.
Oh yeah, it's Watergate salad.
What the fuck?
Look up the ingredients of Watergate salad. Yep, that is it. That is 100% it.
Pistachio delight.
Yes.
It's pistachio pudding, canned pineapple, whipped topping, crushed pecans, and marshmallows.
Yes. That is the Jell-O salad that they're talking about. But in the South, we call it Watergate salad.
Why?
Maybe she didn't call it Watergate salad in the novella because there's like a copy. No, there can't be copyright. It's just what people. I don't know.
Jell-O,
It's a staple. It's a staple.
Jell-O instant pudding.
Yes.
Pistachio pudding.
Yes. Do you want me to ask one of the family members to make this so you can try it?
No.
Because I'm pretty sure
No.
Debbie normally makes this.
No, I am good.
Well, now I kind of want some.
You don't even like pistachio.
I do like pistachios. I just don't want to eat them when you do. I don't like pistachio ice cream, but I like pistachios. This is Jell-O, not ice cream.
Oh, Lord. I don't know what to do with you.
I don't know what to do with you. I feel like you don't listen to me sometimes.
Yeah, I don't listen to you sometimes. So, what else do you want to say about living in the moment? Or, no, if the fates allow?
I mean, like, I feel like a lot of COVID literature is probably going to come barreling down upon us. There's already some out there, obviously. I just read one of them.
But there's got to be a better way to do COVID literature than just have the entire
Stay
book.
away. Put on your mask. Stay away. Put on your mask. That's all it
Exactly.
is. That's all it was.
Why?
It's so boring.
it should-
I just lived through this. I don't want to read about it.
Exactly. And like, oh, God.
Like, I get it needing to be touched upon and, like, needing to feed the plot, but, like, that's all we focused on. It's supposed to be a cute little romance, and it was not.
You know that the new Judgment game came out not too long ago?
Yes.
It's set in 2020. Nobody's
Mm-hmm.
wearing a mask. Nobody has COVID. I prefer that. Alternate
Just
timeline.
ignore it.
Yeah, alternate timeline.
Oh,
It doesn't
gosh.
exist.
I actually just signed up for a campaign where I'm going to have to read another COVID romance. And I'm interested to see how it'll go. Yeah. We shall see.
So,
Love in the time of the coronavirus instead of love in the time of cholera.
oh, Lord. So what do you give if the fates allow?
1 fucking star.
And Rick and Morty?
4 stars. Even though it was not, legit.
Not canon.
Yeah. I mean, it might be canon. You
It's
just say
not
it's
canon.
not.
I guarantee it's not canon. All right, so let's go ahead and get into some games and stuff. the fire. Are you
I
ready to go, go, go? We'll make our
cannot.
stand. Don't give a damn. And this is our time to go from zero to hero. I've been stuck with that shit since I started this game like 4 weeks ago, and I love it. It's so good.
Oh my lord.
So this week's game is Guardians of the Galaxy, the Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy game that released on October 26, 2021. It is an action-adventure game developed by Eidos Montreal and published by Square Enix. It is based on the Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy comic book series. Here is a little bit of a synopsis of the game. The plot of Marvel's of the Guardians of the Galaxy game takes place several years after a massive interstellar war that left its mark on the entire galaxy, which is still dealing with the devastating consequences. Among those interested in exploiting the situation are the Guardians of the Galaxy, a pack of mercenaries led by Peter Quill / Star-Lord, and consisting of the assassin Gamora, weapons specialist and inventor Rocket Raccoon, Rocket's loyal partner Groot, and legendary warrior Drax the Destroyer, who all hope to make quick money during their adventurous wanderings around the galaxy. However, while attempting to scam a wealthy collector, a wealthy collector, a seemingly harmless bet between two team members inadvertently triggers a small accident, which quickly sets in motion a series of catastrophic events that threaten the peace of the fragile universe unless the team takes responsibility for their actions and eradicates the threat.
One day when we're financially stable, you and I are going on a Disneyland trip. I need you to ride the Guardians Galaxy Tower of Terror ride thing.
But it's based on Chris Pratt's Star-Lord. I
Hubby,
hate that douche.
you would love this, though. You still enjoy those movies. Don't even lie. Don't even lie to people.
I hate Chris
You might
Pratt.
not like Chris Pratt, but you still enjoy those movies. You got to watch him again for Patreon whenever we finally get the fuck back to that.
We're going to get back to that.
We're going to do Anxious People, then go back to Marvel. Maybe Spider-Man will finally like spur us back into it.
Maybe.
We'll
So
get our zhuzh back.
okay, so to get back on that, this game really hit me hard and pushed me onto a Marvel freight train. Because I even signed up for Marvel Unlimited, which is their comic book subscription thingy for $10 a month. And I basically loaded it with everything Guardians of the Galaxy because it is so good. This game
Who
is
are
so
the
good.
Runaways?
I have no idea and I don't care. So you'll probably have to figure that one out and let me know.
That was mean.
I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, let's get back into Guardians. So first thing I want to talk about is the characters. These are not the characters from the movies, but they feel a lot like the characters from the movie, but done way better. Rocket is a fucking bastard. He is awful. He is so bad. Such a fucking asshole. But I love him so much. He is so great. He is such a softie inside. And he is just prickly as can be. Just so,
So he's like a porcupine.
Yeah.
A porcupine raccoon.
just so that he doesn't get hurt. He's just awful to everyone.
He's pretty cute.
Gamora is completely closed off to everyone and doesn't want to tell anybody
She
about
has
herself.
daddy issues.
She has massive daddy
Daddy and sissy issues.
sister issues.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, big
It's because of daddy.
big sister issues in this game.
Really?
Yeah.
There's Nebula in this game?
I'm not gonna say anything about
Nebula?
that.
Oh, damn. You'll tell me after?
Yeah, I'll tell you
Okay.
after. Peter is. I'll leave Peter for last. Drax is
Skinny.
amazing.
He's little.
He's no Drax is. He sounds almost like Dave Bautista's Drax, but he is just a child in a grown alien's body. He is so wonderful. He wants to do right. He wants to be honorable and do all this stuff, but he is just dragged down by the rest of the team. Groot is definitely the pillar of the whole team. He's the one that keeps them all together. And Star-Lord, he wants to do the right thing, but he's also greedy as shit and a huge fucking loser.
He's actually kind of handsome
He is kind of handsome
in this game.
Yeah.
He's more like Brad Pitt than Chris Pratt.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
A young Brad Pitt. Let's go. Let's put it. Let's.
Yeah. So, what Star-Lord, he wants to do right. He wants to keep his team happy. He wants to be the best leader he wants to be. And a lot of the times in the game, I empathize with him. You know, I was like, okay, he's doing the right thing, but everybody else is just being stubborn and awful to him. And throughout the entire game, shit goes sideways. If it's sideways, it'll go even harder sideways. And he just keeps his spirits up. He tries to boost the team's morale. Sometimes while you're playing, the team will be having conversations and you'll get a prompt to hit a button and select an answer of whatever Peter's thinking. And you can either tear down the team or build them up. Or you can take sides on who's right or who's wrong. And I like it that the Guardians do make note of that. That you'll get a message on the corner that says, oh, this character is going to remember what you chose. Or this character hated that you did that, or stuff like that, which is very early BioWare type gameplay stuff. And I think it's very well done. This game reminded me a lot of Mass Effect because in between missions, you can go in the Starship de Milano and talk to the other Guardians, and you will get to hear some of their backstory, which all of their backstories are horrible. Rocket was experimented on. Gamora was tortured and
by her father.
Yeah, horrible
Really?
life by her father.
That's so fucked up.
Drax's family was killed. After it was killed, he just went on a complete murder rampage throughout the entire universe, killing anyone that would step in his way. And Groot was the same. He was experimented on, caged, and all that stuff. So
Poor Groot.
that's why him and Rocket are so close, because they both had kind of the same
backstory.
Yeah. So let's go a little bit into the story of the game. So the game starts with you're in Earth, right? You're Peter in Earth. You're in your room. You're listening to the Star-Lord album that finally came out. You have it on your cassette tape. You have a Rolling Stones magazine with a whole article about the Star-Lord band. And while you're listening to it, Peter's mom comes in. Turns out it's Peter's 13th birthday, and she has a present for him.
Your dad is an alien.
That's a big part of the plot too, but whatever. It's not really big, but so she goes away. Once she goes away, Peter puts his headphones back on, and you can listen to the entire Star-Lord album in that moment. And the cool thing is that Peter has like the pullout from the cassette tape with the lyrics to every single song. And I tell you, if I didn't get the urge to just sit there and just listen to the entire album while reading the lyrics, because it just reminded me of when I was, a teenager and I would get a new CD. Mm-hmm. I would just pop it in on my PlayStation and just
pull
listen
out that pamphlet.
Yep.
I'd memorize the lyrics.
Yep.
I remember the night before a Nickelback concert, I found out that they had a new song on the Punisher soundtrack. Mm-hmm. And I begged to go to Sam Goody and get it. And
the soundtrack to the Punisher?
Yes. I sat there all night the night before this damn Nickelback concert. It was my very first Nickelback concert, memorizing the lyrics to that song that obviously they did not play because it was just a random song on a random soundtrack. It was not a single. They didn't play it.
Yeah, what a shame.
But you know what? I went knowing the words to every single song.
Good.
As you should. Ever.
As you should. If you don't know all the songs to all of their songs,
you don't deserve to be there.
Exactly. Go home.
Yes.
But I thought that was a really cool touch that they did that, and I thought it was a really cool touch that he got his name Star-Lord from this band that he heard on Earth. And he has a giant Star-Lord patch in the back of his jacket.
Too bad the band sucks.
Oh, Lord, get off it. All right, so let's talk about the music now.
It sucks.
No, the music is fucking amazing. Let's start with the songs that are,
popular music.
Yeah. So
hooked on a feeling.
I don't know if that one's on the
game.
Yeah. But there's a bunch of songs. There's Never Gonna Give You Up.
Never Gonna Give You Up.
By Rick Astley. Kickstart My Heart by Motley Crue.
Kickstart My Heart.
Turn Me Loose by Loverboy. I don't know that song. Holding Out for a Hero from the Footloose soundtrack by Bonnie Tyler.
Yes! Holding out for a hero till the end of the night.
Yeah.
There's gotta be. Yeah.
Yeah. Wake Me Up Before You Go by Wham.
Wake me up before you go.
Yeah. Don't Fear the Reaper by Blue Oyster Cult.
Yes.
Turn Up the Radio by Autograph.
No.
Turn up the radio.
No.
Don't Worry, Be Happy by Bobby McFerrin.
Don't worry.
That's not it.
Be happy.
White Wedding Part 1 by Billy Idol.
It's a nice day for a white wedding.
Yep.
Yes, wedding singer.
Hit Me With Your Best Shot by Pat
Hit me
Benatar.
with your best shot.
Everybody Have Fun Tonight by Wang Chung.
Yes.
Rock Till You Drop by Def Leppard.
No.
And Everybody Wants to Rule the World by
Yes.
Tears for Fears. Let me see. Hanging Tough by New Kids on the Block.
Hanging tough.
Tainted Love
Yes.
by Soft Cell. I Ran So Far Away by A Flock of Seagulls.
I think I know that one.
Everyone, I ran.
Yes.
So very far away.
So far away. Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone's a Winner by Hot Chocolate.
No.
I'll tumble for ya, Culture Club.
No.
We're not gonna take it.
No, we ain't gonna take it.
By Twisted Sister. Love It Loud by Kiss. Take On Me by Aha.
Take on me.
And Jesus Christ, there's a ton of songs here. If I continue, I am not going to finish.
This is an 80s playlist.
The Final Countdown, We Built This City.
We built this city.
The Warrior by Scandal.
No.
If you hear it, you'll know which one it is. But then it also has the entire Star-Lord album, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think it's like 12 songs. And I am going to tell you right now, as soon as I heard that first song in the intro, I went onto Spotify and I found the album. It's under Star-Lord Band. And it's all of the songs in the album. And I think that if this band would have been real in the 80s, nobody would
have liked them.
Nobody would know who Van Halen is. Because,
please.
Because this band is Van Halen done right.
Oh my gosh.
As much as I dislike Van Halen, I love this band.
Okay.
So obviously Metallica.
Yes. Duh.
And you can pretty much say that every other band after Metallica is Metallica with an angle.
Yes.
Like Avenged Sevenfold is Vampire Metallica.
Chad definitely copied James Hetfield down to a T.
Exactly.
I remember when we saw that opera, whatever.
The S&M too?
Yeah, that. I was like, holy shit. That man literally holds himself the exact same way as James Hetfield. The same way.
So, because every band is like that, this feels like if it was a mix between Van Halen and Metallica, but it also has a whole lot of other band influences.
Yeah, it's very 80s.
I love the fact that in every song you can defer what each instrument is doing. So I don't know if it's the quality of the recording, but I love that you can tell exactly what the bass is doing the entire song. It doesn't just meld in.
You can infer. You said duffer.
I didn't say what?
You said defer.
I said tell.
Never mind. Keep going.
Okay. So like again, you can hear everything the bass is doing the entire time.
You can differentiate.
Yeah, and you can, because of that, you can also tell that the band is pretty much a 4-instrument band. It's a guitar, a bass, 2 guitars, and sometimes they do add on a piano or a synthesizer. And I love the parts where they're doing twin guitars, where one guitar is playing in one pitch and the other guitar is following along in a different pitch. Because then the rest of the track, instead of being picked up by a rhythm guitar, which is what a lot of new bands do, they let the bass just carry the song with the drums just supporting everything. And it is so fucking well crafted and well done. It is just a musical treat explosion thing. If you haven't, the best part is that the whole album, the entire album, I heard it the first time before I even really got deep into the game, And I was like, okay, this is good. When I finished the game, I was like, holy shit, the entire album is literally the entire story of the fucking game. Like, all of the themes the story touches in the game are touched in every single song of the album. It is. The amount of money that got put into this game just to make this happen must have been incredible. A massive amount. Like, I just, I've never seen anything like this.
They created a whole band.
They created a whole fucking band and tied it
cool.
into the story. Jesus Christ. So I'm just going to touch on a couple of things that I really liked about the game. First one is that because it's an open world, not an open world, like a linear game, and you get to branch off into paths to explore, because you play as Peter the entire time, the team starts making fun of you while you go off to explore different areas. Like, oh, Peter's lost again. Oh, he calls it, he's not lost. Remember, he calls it reconnaissance or scouting. So it's like very Guardians humor the entire time for anything that you do. I loved, because I find it super funny that there's replacements for fuck, shit, for damn. So damn would be dast, fuck would be flark, and shit would be scut. So you would,
Okay.
and sometimes
I gotta go take a scut.
yeah, there's scut bags, or like, oh, stop messing with my scut. And why are you going through my
scut?
Exactly. We're the Flarkin Guardians of the Galaxy. And sometimes when Peter says it and there's noise going around, it just literally sounds like he's saying fuck.
Oh, dear.
And there's one part where something bad happens and everybody's kind of like fucked except for Gamora. And she starts going like, oh, fuck, 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 fuck. And it just sounds like, oh, fuck, 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 fuck.
Oh, my gosh.
I loved it. It was so good. It's very funny. I also love that there were a bunch of Guardians of the Galaxy's universe characters in the game. My favorite is obviously Cosmo, the dog that the Russians launched into space that never came back alive. Apparently, he became the head of security in Nowhere, which is that giant floating celestial head in the movies where Benicio del Toro has his collectors.
Oh.
So the head of security is a dog named Cosmo with psychic abilities, and there's one part where the Guardians go to him for a favor, and he tells Peter, there's always catch with you, Piotr Quill, but not fun kind like with ball. And a ball launches, and he goes running after the ball.
Oh, my gosh.
Because he's still a dog. It's very fun. It's funny. There are a couple of things that I didn't like. I wouldn't say that I didn't like the gameplay itself because, it's basically just explore, go to arena, fight a bunch of dudes, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat until the end of the game. But there were a couple of things that did keep that fresh. You would get some experience points that would actually turn into points that you could spend. Spoinks that you can
Points you can spend.
Spoinks you can spend on your character's spoinking abilities. So, they would be like basic, like, oh, Gamora will just kill one person and then Drax will knock somebody out, stuff like that. And then you get your own abilities too as Peter. You get to expand your arsenal as well. You do have your twin guns, and as the story progresses, you get abilities for them. So you get like a flamethrower for it. You get an ice gun for it, an electric gun for it, like a gravity gun where you pull things towards you. And that is actually implemented very well into combat because some enemies come out with certain type of shields. And instead of you having to shoot them all the way down, you can just immediately neutralize them and get to doing damage on them. So I did like that. Now, the thing that I didn't like is that towards the end, it got very combat heavy to the point where Rocket says, my trigger finger is tired of killing people.
Oh.
Can we please end this soon? And I'm like, Rocket, I feel the exact same way.
Yes.
Like, okay, we can take a break now. But there is another cool thing, which is called a huddle. You have this meter that fills up, and when you click it together, Peter just says, Guardians, huddle up, and everybody just comes towards him, kind of like a football huddle, and they talk about how the fight is going. If it's going good, the fight is going good, or if it's going bad, it's like, oh, we're getting our asses kicked. And basically, you have to choose an option that says something related to what they're saying or not. If you choose what's not related, only you get a power-up. If you say what's right, everybody gets a power-up. And on top of that, music starts playing. So you start killing a bunch of people with Take On Me in the background,
Nice.
or with Kickstart My Heart, or Hit Me With Your Best Shot. So,
Hit me with your best shot.
so it's pretty cool. It does have those kind of moments that are pretty cool. There were a couple of glitches that I saw throughout the game, mostly audio where everybody was talking and one of the characters' voices just disappeared entirely. It happened with Groot a couple of times where they were all talking and there was silence and somebody says, "Oh, Groot gets it," and Groot's like going away, moving his mouth and nothing's coming out. And there was one glitch that was very, very funny. I was because when you're in the ship in the Milano, you can look out the windows and see space. And I was looking in space and I saw a shadow of a person just go down and I heard somebody go like, dunk. I'm like, the fuck? Like, all right, never mind. I finished doing what I was doing. I went to the cockpit to continue on to the next mission. And there's this character standing there in the middle of the bridge to get into the cockpit, which was a character that I accidentally launched into space earlier.
Oh my gosh.
So in very Guardians fashion, you accidentally shoot somebody into space. And he appeared in the Milano. I'm like, what the fuck? How does that even happen? It's like you do that early in the game. And this was like almost towards the end when he showed up. I was like, wow. It's crazy. But to finish off this whole thing, I loved that the story wasn't all fun and games and ridiculous shit like in the movies. I loved that the story had a lot of personal details about the Guardians that you get to learn. And it was a story set and surrounding the topic of grief. You know, so you get to deal with Peter's loss, Rocket's loss, all of the Guardians' loss, and all these extra characters that you get to meet. All of their loss and what the big bad is ultimately trying to do with the loss of everybody. And this was really, really good. I hope that they do a sequel because I absolutely loved this game. I think I loved this game almost as much as I loved Eastward.
Oh boy.
And Eastward was my favorite game of the year. So
is this number 2? Are they sharing the number 1 spot? Have you decided?
I want to give this game another playthrough. I don't want to give Eastward another playthrough.
Then I think that's your answer.
Yeah. But I am not going to say this game is a 10 because it's not a 10. But Eastward was a 10.
Spoiler alert, If the Fates Allow did not replace The Love Hypothesis as my favorite book of the year. Spoiler!
So yeah, Guardians is a 9. It's a definite 9 out of 10.
That's
it's
awesome.
Amazing. It's worth every penny.
It should be a 10 out of 10, though, if it's your favorite.
It's not my favorite.
It should be a 10 out of 10.
I don't know yet. But the glitches that it had were enough to take me out of the game. And some of the things that happened during gameplay, like the time where I was in a boss fight and the game crashed hard.
Oh no.
And I had to restart the entire fucking boss fight because
That's
of
annoying.
That keeps it from the 10.
Yeah.
I mean, it needs a couple of patches to set it perfect, but other than that, this game is fucking fantastic. If you can get this game for $26, which is what it was going for during Black Friday, fuck, buy it. Buy 2 copies. Give one away to somebody you think needs to play a good game. And another thing. My mom bought me this game while she was here.
Oh, I forgot that she bought this for you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah, because we went shopping and she's like, "What do you want?" And I was like, "I don't want anything." She says, "Do you want something?" I was like, "Well, if you want to buy me a video game, I can probably think of one for you to buy me." And he says, "No, I'll think about it." And she asked you how much they were, and you said $60. And she's like, "Okay, I'll buy you a video game." I was like, "Oh shit, what game am I gonna get? There's no games that I want right now." I remember Guardians. I'm like, "Okay, Guardians," and shit, this game is fucking awesome. It's so good. Yeah, Guardians, 9 out of 10. You ready for our favorite segment?
I am so ready.
All right. So, what is this segment?
Give me the garbage.
All right, that is Give Me the Garbage.
This week's restaurant is Da Sun in Orlando, Florida, formerly known as formerly known as Sapporo. I thought I said formally instead of formerly. It was previously known as Sapporo, and it was the most popular Japanese ramen joint in Orlando. It was.
It was. It really was.
It is not anymore.
See, the thing is that when Sapporo was the big dog, we didn't have Takagi, we didn't have Jinja, we didn't have Domu, Kombu. We didn't have any of those places. We literally just have
Sapporo. Yeah.
And Super Saiyan opened up and everybody said, oh, let's get ramen at Super Saiyan. So Super Saiyan's not fucking ramen.
It's pho.
Yeah, there's a difference.
And it's weird pho. I don't know.
Yeah. So, side note, we try to get Super 3
this
weekend.
we'll go soon because they had their soft opening this weekend, but everybody and their fucking cousin was there, and the line wasn't moving.
I feel like they're gonna have this problem everywhere they go, and it's that the line is gonna stay stagnant until they figure out what else to do with the people, because they just let people sit there and eat.
Yeah.
I mean, not eat, sit there after they eat
and chill.
just
Yeah,
talk shit.
they need to
just kick them out.
Yeah. It's not like Cloak and Blaster where you can game and shit afterwards.
And drink.
No, you eat your food and you go hang out with somewhere else.
Yeah, you can't.
We got paying customers that are waiting here.
Yeah, and the line was out the ass yesterday.
Yeah, so we'll wait till they're officially open and have been open for a little while. We'll try to pop in
during
my
day.
next doctor's appointment day. We should both take that day off and just go for lunch or something.
Yeah, let's try to do that. That should be good.
But so we didn't go to Super Saiyan 3, Super 3, whatever. We went to Da Sun instead. I know we've mentioned this place before. We actually had our very first date at Sapporo, our first official date. It was one of our favorite places. It was one of your favorite places before we met. Then they closed, and then like a year later, or was it even a year? Was it even a year?
Months. It was like 6 months after.
They reopened as Da Sun with essentially the exact same menu, just new owners. The first time we went, it wasn't all that great. We definitely heavily compared it to Sapporo, and we didn't dislike it, but
I feel like the first 2 times we went, it
was a little
great.
lacking in flavor. Yeah. It wasn't amazing.
And quantity.
Yes. It's still lacking in quantity just a little bit.
In certain things.
Yeah, not in others.
Because we got the gyoza. The gyoza is pork filling with the vegetables and all that stuff. They're pan-fried. Steamed and then pan-fried.
Mm-hmm.
These gyoza, before, they would give you 5. Now they give you 6.
Which was nice for us. 3 and 3.
3 and 3. Now, I loved that it was super soft and smooth, and the dumpling itself was like, it wasn't hard chewy. It was like a nice soft chew. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then the filling was also very flavorful.
Mm-hmm. It was much, much better than the last couple times.
The one thing I wasn't a big fan of was the sauce.
The dipping sauce?
Yeah.
Really? You said that one was kind of sweet.
I found it to be a bit too sweet and kind of tomatoey.
I still really liked it.
I'm not 100% sure that had tomato in it. Why was it tomatoey?
I thought it was like a little less sharp or less pungent than that sauce normally is, because normally it's like in your face, strong.
I like that. I like that flavor.
And I do like it too, but I felt like this was like a softened version of that. It was more subtle. I liked it. I liked it a lot. And then we also got onigiri. Onigiri.
Yeah.
We got eel and pork chashu. Chashu?
Yeah.
And smoked salmon.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. These things were salty as fuck.
So the eel one was very salty. The rice was very, very salty for some reason.
The rice on the salmon was very salty too.
But the eel was perfect. It was very tender. It had a good eel flavor. It didn't taste, and it wasn't slimy or anything. It was cooked perfect, and it was perfect. But the rice was just so fucking salty. The chashu was perfect. I loved the shashu. It wasn't salty. The rice was good. The pork inside was very hearty. Was very well seasoned. That one was really, really good.
The salmon was really good. It was very it was like moist, but also there were some pieces that were kind of crispy, so like crispy edges. That was really, really freaking good. But it was kind of salty too. Like it wasn't just the rice, it was the salmon too. And the rice, oh my God. It's so sticky, but also it doesn't want to stick. Like it sticks to you, but it doesn't want to stick to itself. So the whole damn thing basically fell apart when she took one bite. I mean, I was just picking up little grains of rice because everything was just a crumbly mess.
Like usually I eat it over the ramen. In case anything.
No, you
falls.
don't want to do that
No,
with
I don't
this.
want
The
to do
whole
that
damn
because
thing's gonna fall in
it's
there.
a huge chunk of rice
Yes.
falling through. I'm like, damn it.
Yeah, no. Don't do that. It still tasted very good. Very good.
It's still really, really good.
But yeah, some components weren't my favorite.
So I had my usual go-to,
You did. Your
which
tonkatsu.
is my tonkatsu with extra pork and an egg. And I'm gonna say this is probably the best tonkatsu I've had in that building. So this is way better than what Sapporo was from memory.
Yeah, because the ramen the first couple times was kind of underwhelming.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I feel like it
my
wasn't
broth
as
was
much
Yeah.
as it used to be with Sapporo.
And it also wasn't as flavorful. It just
Before.
wasn't. Yeah, before.
Yeah, but now I still feel it's not as much.
Yeah, it's
but-
definitely not as much. The
but
flavors
it was
are
it was way better.
Yeah. My broth was amazing. Amazing. And the pork, normally I find, like, especially like with Takagi, the pork, I almost like want to ask for like a vegetarian ramen because there's so much fat. It's like the whole fucking piece of pork is fat. That's all it is. But this was all meat.
Mm-hmm.
It was so good. It was so tender.
I think the pork was overcooked.
Yeah?
I think it was
I
overcooked.
really
but
liked it.
because it was overcooked and it sat on that broth so much, it kind of like replenished its juices with the broth. And holy
yours fatty?
shit.
Mine wasn't fatty at all.
It was not. It had yes and no. It had a nice crunchy outer layer from the fat, but it wasn't. It didn't have pieces of fat.
Chunks of fat.
Yeah, so it was just like nice crunch from the fat. But that's
Because
pretty much
I
it.
think about it's like a pork loin, right? That they've sliced, or is
It's
it?
like it's like if I'm not mistaken, it's kind of like a pork belly that they roll up.
Well,
and
I think
cook
of
it.
these little ovals, and normally like half of my fucking oval is fat, and I
Right.
just don't even want to eat it because fat. I don't want to eat it. No,
I love that fat.
I'll give it to you. But I ate all of it today.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, so at least for my pho, my ramen,
Your ramen.
my ramen. The tonkatsu itself was very good. It was very creamy. It was very garlicky. I love that the noodles were perfect.
Those noodles were amazing.
They were bouncy. They were soft.
Springy.
They were full of the broth flavor. Like they just soaked everything up. The mushrooms I wasn't a fan of.
There were no mushrooms in
They
mine.
put mushrooms in mine.
Was this supposed to have mushrooms?
Yeah.
Oh.
They were like mushroom shavings, like strings. So they were kind of rubbery and tasteless. So I wasn't a big fan of those. I did love the bamboo shoots because they literally soaked up the flavor of the broth. So it just tasted like semi-crunchy.
See, I
broth
don't really like the
thingies.
bamboo shoots because they taste rubbery to me.
Really?
Yeah, they take on a mushroom like texture to me in ramen, and
Now they did put they put ginger on mine. Usually I take it off because I'm not a big fan of pickled ginger. But there were a couple of pieces of pickled ginger that got mixed in with the noodles, and they were not a bad bite. They were just not a bite that I want to have a lot of because it's pungent.
you added
It's very
more
pungent.
pickled stuff too.
Yeah, I did. They had pickled pimentos, which were a little bit spicy, very sweet and flavorful. And I think they paired perfectly with everything in that bowl. I ate a lot of them.
I thought they were kind of weird. They weren't bad, but I'd rather have my sriracha any day.
Yeah.
I love my sriracha. They don't have their sriracha out for you to just grab anymore, but I asked for it, and the guy brought me a bottle of sriracha. Yep. I was very happy.
Yeah, I was very happy too. I did like the egg too.
I missed the old eggs, but
it was pretty good.
It was good.
It was pretty good. It was sweet. It had the with the pimento on top and a little bit of the broth on it. Oh, so good. I really did enjoy that. Now, tell me about your ramen.
It was amazing. I mean, the broth, I get the shoyu ramen, so the broth is like
soy sauce.
Yeah. So it is kind of salty, which I don't need, but I've at least cut back on my salt intake enough that I think I can get away with it every once in a while. But the broth was really salty, kind of garlicky, and my noodles were perfectly cooked. That meat didn't have any fat on it. I wanted more pork. I wanted more. And I love to take my eggs and just shove them down into the broth, let them soak up that happy goodness. The only problem is that one of them started to fall apart on me when I was trying to pick it up with my chopsticks. And I do like the flavor that the bok choy brings. I just don't want to eat the bok choy. It's so big. It's like getting a big old clump of broccoli that won't tear apart and then having to put that thing in your mouth and not being able to fit the whole thing.
So think about the bok choy this way. It's a lettuce that tastes like an onion. Maybe you'll like it that way.
It's not that I dislike it. Those pieces are too big, and I don't feel like bothering with it. Just let me eat my broth and my noodles and my meat. Just let me be.
So in my bowl, as I was eating, I kept dropping pieces of pimento into the broth, and they put like very hearty chunks of garlic in the soup, in the broth. And when I was drinking the end of it, I just got like different flavors in my mouth. Like I got pickled ginger, and then I got pimento with garlic, and then I got garlic by itself. And it just felt like the perfect ending to that whole great meal.
You just made me think of something else. I do wish that they gave more broth in mine, because I like to eat my ramen like I eat my pho, and I'll eat and I'll drink some broth. I'll eat, I'll drink some broth. I didn't have enough broth to do that. I had to wait till the very end to drink that broth. Otherwise, I would have been eating dry ramen, because there was nowhere near enough broth in that thing for me to eat it like that.
So, I think... Oh, I forgot one thing. The Naruto Maki. You don't like it.
The Naruto Maki?
The fish cake.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't like that.
Yeah, you didn't like them. But I did like this. I don't know. I think they've changed a lot of things. Because before, the Naruto Maki didn't taste like anything. You could submerge it in the broth and it wouldn't soak it up or anything. But this one, both pieces I put into the broth. And when I took them out, they both had like a little slight taste of fish. Like very, very faint taste of fish. And the rest was broth.
Interesting.
They were really good. I don't know if they changed ingredients or what they're doing different, but whatever it is,
it's working.
It's gonna work. It's just I think whenever and it was cheaper than it was with Sapporo.
Yeah,
we got a ton of food and we didn't spend $40.
Nope.
Sapporo would have been like 50, almost 60.
Yep, it was a lot of food, a lot.
So
yeah, if we would gotten that at fucking Takagi, it would have cost us like $75.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I think we're just gonna make the drive over to the Sun from now on.
Yeah.
Because it's worth it. It was way worth it.
Totally.
It's definite garbage.
I just wish they gave more broth.
Yeah.
But it's okay. Broth. It's still very tasty.
I think next time I'm gonna get like the sumo portion, where's the giant bowl.
I think I want to try my curry ramen again next time.
That was really good.
It was very good. Yep. Very good.
Man, we walked in and we saw those two kids eating that curry, and I was like, oh, maybe I should get curry. But I want some ramen.
There's always next time.
Yeah.
Always next time.
Maybe we can do a revisit and just have curry.
Yes, a curry episode.
A curry episode. That would be great. That would be fun. All right, so let's go ahead and get in some housekeeping so we can close this shit show out. First off, let's go into the usual Patreon nonsense. $2 a month. You guys can go vote for our future episode that we're gonna do based on whatever results of the poll of the Backlog of Doom give out. I know that I have a bunch of votes on mine, but I don't think that
I need y'all to vote on mine. Just pick a random book. Like, just because you know his video games, you're neglecting me.
Yeah. So
I need votes too.
Currently, I have 2 votes on Nier and 3 votes on Cyberpunk. And you have 1 vote on The Peasant's Dream and 1 vote on America Among
What
the
the
Beasts.
fuck? You have 8 votes and I only have 2?
No, I have 5.
Oh,
I have 5 votes.
I only have 2? Seriously?
Yeah. So somebody please
We
vote for
can't even
Karradyne.
pick a winner. There's a tie.
Yeah, so somebody's gonna have to vote on Karradyne's because she is
Please.
stuck. She is on a stalemate.
Vote for me.
So
Nobody
yeah,
cares about me.
no, they do. They just
Just pick something.
they just don't know books. So
It doesn't matter. Just pick something. Whatever sounds the most interesting, just based on the title. Go for it.
yeah, so $2 a month gets you to vote on that so that Karradyne can finally have a book. Just remember to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at anovelconsole, Facebook at facebook.com/anovelconsole. Don't forget to tell your friends that they can find the show on all major podcast streaming platforms. We're everywhere, even Facebook.
Everywhere.
So if you're opening Facebook right now, you're one of our you follow us on Facebook, you can listen to the episode there. We're also on YouTube, so please go subscribe, like, and comment, all that lacy nonsense, and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts because we kind of need those to get our episodes out to other people. You can also email us at anovelconsole@gmail.com and we will read your email on the show. And our art was done by Metamorphic A. You will find her on Instagram, and her link is in the show notes. Anything else you want to say before we end the show?
No.
No? Then do you want to say goodbye?
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone.